Now let's have a look at our database. The structure is going to be very simple. We have ID, we have master, and we have name. Name is basically the label, which is displaying the name of the specific category. Then we have master, which is referencing to the ID, and I'm going to explain you what that means in just a second. Obviously, we have a dependency database. This is just a test name, so obviously you're going to have your own database name, and then categories table. So if we go to the browse section, in the browse section you can see that master has 0 and 0 for male and female, as these are the level 1 categories. So they're going to be displayed in a main first drop-down menu, and they will be active by default. Then, if you have a look at the following ones, there are a few which have number 1 as master, and number 1 refers to the ID. So these jumper, trousers, shoes, and hats will refer to the male category. Then we have some with the master of 2, which are referring to the female category. And these contain blouses, skirts, shoes, and hats. Then we have some with 3. Now 3 is a jumper, so all these with the master of 3 will be under the jumper category, which is obviously under the male category. So this is how you're basically going to be joining all these categories, subcategories, and so on. So if you create this kind of table, fill in with some data, and once you're ready, go back to our index.php. Right at the top, before the doc type definition, we're going to start with the opening PHP tag and a closing one. Then we go for the try statement and catch. And we're going to go for our PDO exception, represented by the E. Then we have echo. There was a problem. That's all we need. We're not going to be displaying any specific errors to the user, basically. If you would like to do it, then simply use this E parameter, which is basically the instance of our PDO exception, and you can simply use it like this, get message, to display the problem, basically specific errors. But we're not going to be doing this. So inside of the try statement, we're going for object db equals new, and we're using PDO here. We're gonna go for MySQL :host equals local host. Then we go for db name. In my case, it's dependency, so dependency. After this, we go comma. Username for the MySQL database server, which is root, and in my case, password is simply password. Then we go for object db exec, and we're going to set character set to UTF. So set character set UTF-8. That's the first statement done. Then we go for SQL, and we're gonna get select all from table categories where master equals 0. We get in the top level of categories. Then statement equals object db query, and we pass our SQL into it. Then list, which will be our array statement, fetch all, and we go for PDO constant fetch associative, so fetch a sock, and that's it. So now we know whether this list is empty or not. We're gonna check and obviously display these categories in our gender menu, drop-down menu. So we start obviously with if it's empty or not. So PHP if isn't empty list. Then we start with for each list as row. And now we go for the option. Value will be echo row ID. Then close the option tag. Option. And in between we simply echo its name. So echo row name. So the category name is going to be displayed as a label. Now if we save this file, go back to our browser, refresh the page. Our forms here, our first main categories are displayed, male and female, because these are the only two which have 0 as a master set. Okay, let's move to the next video and actually start getting into our JavaScript in order to get the following values for the drop-down menus.